It was the morning of August 5th, 1962. When the world awoke to a haunting whisper from Los Angeles, Marilyn Monroe was gone. Found lifeless in her Brentwood home, the image of her golden curls against white sheets became a symbol of both beauty and tragedy. The official cause was listed as an overdose, but rumors immediately spread, whispers of secrets, betrayals, and hidden calls made just hours before her death. Hollywood's brightest star had burned out too soon, leaving behind a mystery that still echoes through time. But behind the legend of Marilyn Monroe was a woman named Norma Jean, a fragile soul who dreamed of being loved, seen, and remembered not for her beauty, but for her heart. Her story began on June 1st, 1926, in Los Angeles, California. Born Norma Jean Mortensen, her childhood was marked not by glamour, but by instability and longing. Her mother, Gladys, struggled with mental illness, leaving Norma Jean in foster homes and orphanages. There were no red carpets then, just loneliness and fear. Yet even in those dark years, she found light in the simple act of dreaming. She'd sit by windows, flipping through magazines, imagining herself as one of the smiling women on the glossy pages. She once said she wanted to believe in dreams because without them, she had nothing. Those dreams would soon become her compass. At 16, she married her neighbor James Dougherty, not for love, but to escape foster care. While he went to war, Norma Jean worked in a munitions factory. One day, a photographer visited to take morale-boosting pictures of female workers, and his lens found her. The resulting photos captured more than a pretty face. They captured an energy, a spark. She was soon signed by a modeling agency, dyed her hair platinum blonde, and reinvented herself as Marilyn Monroe. It was a name that promised stardom and a mask that would slowly consume her. Hollywood wasn't kind to women who wanted to be more than decoration. Marilyn faced countless rejections before finally landing small film roles. She studied acting seriously, attending classes with Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio, desperate to prove she was more than a body. But fame came faster than she could prepare for. By 1953, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes made her a global sensation. The image of Marilyn, wide-eyed, seductive, and vulnerable, was everywhere. She was the fantasy men wanted and the woman women envied. Yet behind every dazzling smile was exhaustion, fear, and a constant ache to be understood. Her marriages were mirrors of her inner storm. Her second husband, baseball legend Joe DiMaggio, adored her but couldn't bear her fame. Their love was passionate but turbulent, a union of fire and fragility. After just 9 months, they divorced, though their affection never truly died. Later, she married playwright Arthur Miller, believing she'd found someone who could see her soul beyond the glitter. But fame's shadow followed her there too. Miller's writings would later reveal disappointment, and Marilyn felt betrayed once again. Love for her always seemed to fade under the glare of the spotlight. At the height of her fame, Marilyn's face was on every billboard, her name synonymous with beauty. She performed Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and the world stopped to watch. She was the heartbeat of Hollywood, playful, radiant, magnetic. But as she grew older, she longed to be taken seriously as an actress. She founded her own production company, something unheard of for women at the time, and fought fiercely for better roles. Her performance in Bus Stop and Some Like It Hot earned critical acclaim, showing the depth she'd always had within. Yet, despite her success, she battled severe anxiety, insomnia, and addiction to pills prescribed to calm her nerves. Fame had given her everything and stolen everything too. In her final years, Marilyn seemed trapped between reinvention and ruin. She was fired from Something's Got to Give for missing days of filming, though her absences were caused by illness and depression. The media mocked her as unreliable, not knowing she was fighting just to survive. Still, she tried to rebuild, making amends, reconnecting with friends, and planning a comeback. Those closest to her said she looked hopeful in her last days, talking about new film projects and the possibility of love again. But fate had other plans. The night before she died, Marilyn made several phone calls, some to friends, others to men who would become part of her legend. The next morning, her housekeeper found her door locked and the lights still on. The official reports said probable suicide, but few believed it was that simple. Too many unanswered questions remained, too many shadows around her final hours. To this day, theories swirl about what really happened that night, but perhaps the truth lies not in conspiracy, but in heartbreak. Marilyn's death became a defining tragedy of the 20th century, marking the end of an era where dreams and destruction walked hand in hand. Yet, even in death, she refused to fade. Her image became eternal, the red lips, the fluttering white dress, the laugh that could melt 1,000 hearts. But beyond the fantasy was a woman who simply wanted to be loved for being herself. Those who knew her said she was funny, kind, and deeply sensitive, a far cry from the dumb blonde stereotype Hollywood created. Looking back at her most private photos, candid shots of her reading, laughing, or staring into the distance, we see glimpses of Norma Jean, the girl who never stopped searching for peace. Her eyes tell the story better than any biography ever could, a mixture of wonder and sorrow, hope and hurt. She lived like a comet, brilliant and brief, forever etching her light into the sky. Today, Marilyn Monroe remains more than just a movie star. She's a symbol of fragility and strength intertwined. Her life teaches us that beauty can be both a gift and a curse, and that behind every perfect picture is a story untold. She was not just a dream. She was human, flawed, brilliant, and heartbreakingly real. And maybe somewhere in that still silence of her final night, she found what she'd always been searching for: peace. If Marilyn Monroe's untold story touched your heart, take a moment to honor her memory. Like this video, share it with those who still believe in Hollywood's golden legends. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of the stars who lived, loved, and left their mark forever.